I was mad. I was sure it was some sort of a scam.
Last September, Russ Blatt's brother, Stacey, contributed $500 to the Trump campaign. Within a month, Stacey Blatt was bouncing checks, his bank account drained.
We saw the 6 withdrawals of $500 totaling $3,000 that had been taken from his account starting in mid-September, and over the course of a month, they took $3,000.
Russ had become his brother's financial power of attorney due to his brother's failing health. The Blatts realized only then that Stacey was signed up to make recurring donations to the Trump campaign. Stacey Blatt died of cancer in February.
They just kept taking money out until there was no money left.
And Stacey was not alone. A New York Times investigation revealing the alarming extent and reach of a calculated Trump campaign scheme to get supporters signed up for reoccurring donations by default, and later adding a second pre-check box to double a donor's contribution. According to the Times, the Trump campaign internally called it a money bomb, a tactic that experts say is intentionally designed to be easily overlooked. When supporters contributed online, a yellow box to make a recurring donation came pre-checked, requiring donors who wanted to make a one-time contribution to opt out. And it wasn't easy to spot.
He didn't remember seeing anything like that. He thought he was giving a one-time $500 donation. It seemed like it was deceitful.
Thousands overlooked it, and the Trump campaign ran with it.
In the fall or the late summer, as the Trump campaign faced financial pressures, they made a really important change, which is they took that box, and instead of taking donations out every month, they began taking them out every week.
Banks and credit card companies have been flooded with calls from donors, the Times reports, leading the Trump campaign and RNC to refund a massive amount of money. The New York Times reporting that from the period of mid-October through December of 2020, the Trump campaign and the RNC made more than 530,000 refunds, amounting to more than $64 million. By comparison, the Biden campaign and the DNC refunded 37,000 donations, amounting to $5.6 million.
We did very well with the fundraising stuff, but a lot of it came in small donations.
The boost of money that came with the recurring donations came when President Trump was in need of it the most, just weeks before the election and short on cash.
So that money that they took from donors through recurring donations really does add up functionally to being a de facto loan with no interest from their own supporters.
And refunded only after the election, with funds the campaign collected to promote baseless claims of election fraud. And Democrats use these same sorts of programs, but not to the extent of how the Trump campaign managed this. Then the former President Trump is pushing back on the New York Times report. In a statement, he says the fundraising efforts were all done legally. And he adds, quote, many people were so enthusiastic that they gave over and over. And in certain cases where they gave too much, we would promptly refund their contributions. Our overall dispute rate, he says, was less than 1% of total online donations, adding Jake, he says, a low number.